What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie298 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. This is my weekly gaming news show in which I talk about what games are out this week, the controversies that are going on in gaming, some random gaming news, the games I'm currently playing. So without any further ado, let's get right into the games. So I wanted to start this week talking a little bit about gaming here on YouTube because as you guys who've been paying attention over the past couple of months realize, gaming on YouTube is definitely at a crisis point. And the reason for this is the so-called adpocalypse. And basically what has happened is a lot of sponsors have determined that they are a little nervous about advertising here on YouTube. And as a result, YouTube has created an AI bot that goes around looking for content that it finds to be offensive and marks it as non-sponsor friendly. Now, as a result of this, a very large portion of video gaming here on YouTube has been decided to not be sponsor friendly. Basically, that means that any video game with any violent content whatsoever will generally get demonetized here on YouTube. And to be honest with you, the AI bot is kind of crazy right now. So I think it just thinks gaming in general is not worth advertising on. And as a result of this, we've seen quite a bit of YouTube's gamers starting to move over to twitch.tv for their live streaming to make sure that they have a means of income. And I got to say, I've been doing Twitch for about 5 years, and it's not as lucrative as YouTube used to be, but with the adpocalypse, it definitely gives YouTube a run for its money. And if you don't use Twitch TV, you may not know exactly how they have things set up over there, but it is possible to, donate directly to people who are live streaming, which you've now been able to do on YouTube for a while. You've also been allowed to sponsor them or subscribe to their channel for about $5 a month, and this is something YouTube Gaming has decided to duplicate here on YouTube for gaming channels as well. If you go to a channel that's currently live streaming or a channel that has this enabled, you will actually see this little screen sponsor button. And if you click on that, you can spend $4.99 a month, split evenly, I think, between YouTube and the person doing it. And that way you can help support the channel if you want to. And this is just the next step of the Twitchification of YouTube and the YouTubeification of Twitch as that war continues to try to get YouTube gaming. And YouTube has definitely been on the losing end of that battle for a while because it's just not as lucrative to do gaming videos here on YouTube as it used to be. And it can be more lucrative if you move over to Twitch. But a lot of people just do Twitch to supplement the income. It's the reason I do it. But I think this is a good move. I would like to see this extended to not just channels that live stream, but channels that also just do gaming and let's plays and so on and so forth, knowing that they're getting a beating. And if that works, I would like to see this extended to all channels. For people out there who want to spend $5 or support somebody, instead of having to do it through Twitch or do it through Patreon, you could do it straight through YouTube. I know that may not necessarily work because a lot of people are used to YouTube being free. But if this was extended, are there people out there that you would choose to support? I know I would. Speaking of sponsors, this week's episode is brought to you by the folks over there at Audible. Now, for some reason you're unfamiliar with Audible, click on the link in the description box below and you'll discover that Audible is the #1 library of audiobooks on the internet, including thousands of books. And if you go to audible.com/boogie right now, you can sign up for a 30-day free trial and get a free book on me, and you can basically stream that book to any device. And the book I want to recommend this month is Stephen King's It. Now, I know you've probably seen the movie and you're waiting for the second movie, and that's why I'm actually recommending this book, because there's so much in the book that is left out from the movie, including the entire second half of the book. This book is absolutely terrifying, and if you're looking forward to Halloween as much as I am, this is a great way to get started. Not to mention, at about 45 hours long, you are definitely going to get your bang for your buck for your free book.
So go to audible.com/boogie and download your free book today, and you'll be supporting us and the show at the same time.
So out this week is NBA 2018, and as you guys know, I don't generally play these sports games. I'm not a big sporty kind of guy, but I do want to talk about this one because it has some of the most polarizing reviews I've ever seen. The critics have given it about an 88 currently, whereas the user score is currently at about 3.7, and I'll tell you why. Microtransactions. Now, if you play a lot of sports games, you're probably used to microtransactions to some extent, especially if you're playing the EA games and you're wanting to collect players for your dream teams and stuff like that. You're probably used to spending a lot more than the $60 buy-in for those games. But not to be outdone by EA, the folks over at 2K decided to put microtransactions in almost every tiny little aspect of this game. Now, take a look at the screen right here, and it probably looks identical to one you would find on iOS for a freemium game, but it is not. This is the actual in-game store for a game you paid $60 for, or if you want, $150 for the deluxe gold version. Now, to be fair, you can grind out this virtual currency in the game if you are hardcore, but the problem is a lot of people say they're getting about 500 or 600 VC for a single game, which takes quite a while to complete. And if you want a single tattoo in the game, that could be as little as 70 VC. A haircut, the most expensive haircut in the game is 1,500 VC. And if you want something special like Michael Jordan's slam dunk move, that's 7,500 VC. It's going to take you a while to grind out, or it's going to run you about $20. Now, look, I know some people consider my views on microtransactions to be a little bit hypocritical because when it comes to a truly free-to-play games like League of Legends, which is not a game I play very much anymore, or Heroes of the Storm, or a card game like Eternal or Hearthstone, I will spend money on microtransactions on those games. The reason being is because they charged me nothing to play the game. The barrier of entry was $0, and because I've enjoyed the game and continue to play it for years, I will go ahead and spend money on that game. Why not? I'll help keep the servers on because I'm enjoying myself, and I'm enjoying myself for free. But when it comes to a $60 game, a game that I paid $60 for upfront, or God forbid, got the collector's edition, or the digital deluxe version of because I want to support the game and support the people who make it, I absolutely do not welcome this kind of stuff in my video game. It is absolutely frustrating. In fact, I will never purchase that stuff if I paid for the game up front, and I will absolutely never purchase that stuff. Maybe DLC occasionally, stuff like the Breath of the Wild DLC or the DLC for The Witcher, I will pay for that occasionally, but I will never pay for microtransactions for tattoos and haircuts and slam dunk moves. That's not something you're going to see me doing anytime soon. And some people will make the excuse that this stuff is important to keep the online servers online for multiplayer, but these microtransactions are actually in the single player. And some people will say, well, at least it doesn't affect the way the game plays, and it actually does because VC is used in the My Career mode to upgrade your player, so you'll earn more VC by having a more powerful character, and you can get a more powerful character by buying VC with actual cash, so it does impact the gameplay as well. My major complaint about this is not just because I don't like spending money. It has to do with the fact that when you design your game this way, you will be tempted as a designer to design it to be very, very grindy. And somebody says that in order to get an overall score of 86, which I guess is the maximum score in the game, a Redditor said you would have to play over 200 games to achieve that maximum score in My Career, which is just way more time than most people could ever possibly spend. And that kind of design and that kind of time investment is going to encourage a lot of people with impulse control, namely me, to spend money to try to bypass that kind of thing. And I find that to be exploitive. I think it degrades away from the person who does not want to spend that kind of money and won't spend that kind of money, and it overall just only rewards the person who's very quick with their credit card. And look, I'm willing to be realistic. I understand that these companies don't feel that $60 is enough for a video game anymore and that they need more money and they're going to monetize it. And I will play along occasionally on a video game like Overwatch, which I played now for 2.5, maybe 3 years. I will occasionally buy some loot boxes to see what cool cosmetic items I will get. But if the top end most expensive purchase on your microtransaction page is more expensive than the game itself, if the game is $60 and I can spend 99 on virtual currency, you're messed up. You're messed up somewhere along the lines of, and I'm never going to do that. And hopefully the people watching won't do that right now. But I know what you're saying, Boogie. It's not like you were likely to play NBA 2018 anyway. Well, based on the Reddit and based on your user reviews, it looks like you've turned off a large portion of your player base because they feel the same as me. And I bet if we check the comment sections below, we're going to find a lot of people that feel the same way. But that's just one man's opinion. I could be wrong, and I know that if you think I am, you're going to let me know in the comments section below. Guys, as always, thanks for watching. This is this week's news. Big shout out again to my sponsor, Audible. Don't forget to go to audible.com/boogie and get your free 30 days and get your free book. And guys, thanks for watching the show. Thanks for supporting us. And as always, thanks for watching. I love you very much. I'll speak with you again soon.